from the Worcester FFA chapter, and I will be singing the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The convention hall will come to order. We are now holding the 5th general session of the 96th New York State FFA Convention. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers and report back to you, Mr. President. The Sentinel.
Stationed by the door.
Your duties there?
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the meeting room comfortable and assist the President in maintaining order.
The Reporter.
Stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The Treasurer.
Stationed by the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there?
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The Secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there?
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The Advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Madam Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Mr. President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
There are 2,006 members and guests in attendance, Mr. President.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this, the 96th New York State FFA Convention, duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented.
Hannah Rose, look, you remember these, right? They were so much fun to put together.
Well, I had one when I was a baby.
Yeah, me too. Look, the square piece goes through the square hole, the circle piece goes through the square hole, and the triangle piece goes through the square hole.
Phil, are you sure?
Yeah, for sure. The star piece even goes through the square hole.
Well, I'm glad you know your shapes, but there are different shapes for different pieces. The star hole is for the star piece, and the triangle hole is for the triangle piece.
Well, I don't know why I'd put them all through different holes when they can all fit through the square hole.
Well, even though the shapes may all fit through the square hole, is that truly the best place for them? The shapes are just like FFA members. They're all different in their own way, and they don't all fit one mold. Each FFA member has a different background in agriculture and different experiences in life. Some FFA members might not have any background in agriculture, like me, and other FFA members might have lived on a farm their whole life, just like you, Phil.
Oh, so everything can't fit into the same mold because we're all different. FFA members don't just fit through one slot. They're unique individuals that make up the future of agriculture. Our differences and experiences aren't always as simple as this puzzle. They're more like complex jigsaw puzzles.
Now you're getting it. During this session, we are going to recognize people from all walks of life. We will recognize Proficiency Award winners from forest management and products to poultry production.
I'm looking forward to recognizing State Star Award recipients, Honorary Empire Degree recipients, and the third place National Chapter Award recipient.
We will also be recognizing district presidents for all the hard work they've done, and district presidents will be recognizing their parents and advisors.
And if this doesn't sound exciting already, we will also be officially introducing our National Officer candidate, Taylor Rollins.
I can't wait for the talent competition.
And lastly, State Vice President Triana Burgos Farnan will be delivering her retiring address.
We are so excited for you to help us recognize everyone for all of their hard work. You are really going to love this session. And we'll see you later. These next members have shown outstanding growth and leadership within their chosen SAE area. Please help us in welcoming these Proficiency Award finalists.
Ever drive by a field and take in the smell of fresh cut hay? This next individual knows all about that. The forage production proficiency area is open to students who produce alfalfa, clover, timothy, corn silage, and more. Let's meet this year's finalist. Austin Dilcher, Indian River FFA, Gold. Advancing to Nationals. What started as the simple task of climbing silos has now evolved into taking a large management role at Fultz Family Farms. Austin has enjoyed tedding hay, taking silage and hay samples, and evaluating the quality of feed that is being given to the animals at the dairy. Austin has really expanded his role on the farm as he now enjoys figuring out how to create a better quality crop, whether that be through adding amendments to the soil or adjusting the time of harvest. The skills learned through this experience will undoubtedly carry through to Austin's future and will help him be successful. Great job, Austin, and good luck at Nationals. Are you up to speed on identifying trees in the forest? These next FFA members certainly are. Members involved with forest management and products know the ins and outs of caring for a forest, insect and disease control, and even Christmas tree farming. Our finalists for 2021 are Brandon Neal, Unadilla Valley FFA, Gold. Condra McGraw, Walton FFA, Gold, 2nd place. The member advancing to Nationals is Brandon Neal from the Unadilla Valley FFA chapter. Brandon's love for forestry began about 2 years ago when his father first taught him some basic forestry skills. Growing up on a farm, Brandon found that working in the woods allowed him to cut timber to use around the farm. Since that start, Brandon has continued to develop his skills in running a chainsaw, falling trees, and making selections on which treats to take. Not only has he gained forestry skills, the time management and responsibility that has also come out of this project is something of importance for Brandon as well. It can easily be said that this SAE has influenced Brandon's future plans as he hopes to attend Paul Smith's for Natural Resources and Conservation. We're proud of you, Brandon, and best of luck at Nationals.
Pick a peach, pick a plum. These students certainly have some tasty SAE projects. Members in the fruit production proficiency could be found raising anything from blackberries to olives to pears. Our finalist is Nicole Barber, Schuylerville FFA, silver. Congratulations, Nicole. There's no kidding around with these next individuals. Students whose SAE is in goat production have spent countless hours with our fuzzy friends and know the ins and outs of caring for them. Let's meet our finalists. Jared Cook, Indian River FFA, gold. Paige Warren, Osceola Valley FFA, bronze, second place. Congratulations to Jared Cook from the Indian River FFA chapter as he advances to National Convention. Jared's SAE first began with 2 Nubian doe kids and has now grown to a small herd. As his herd continued to grow, so did his knowledge of goat production. Jared has learned how to breed goats, how to select a proper sire, how to wean kids, and general care and maintenance of the animals. As Jared enters into his future as a welder, the skills learned from his SAE will be of benefit as well. Great job, Jared, and best of luck at Nationals. Looking to improve your gardening skills? These next members have your back. Students involved in the landscape management proficiency category know all things plants, lawn mowing, hardscaping, and everything to make your backyard beautiful for the summer. Let's meet this year's finalist. Mason Bishop, Penyan FFA, gold, advancing to Nationals. Mason's love for landscaping began when he was in 8th grade with the help of his father and grandfather. Since that start, Mason has worked at various locations, gaining more experience in this industry. Working for the Penyan School District, Mason was able to learn how to care for athletic fields, operate a weed eater, and manage gardens. As his time in the landscaping world grew, so did his tasks. Mason has even installed projects for customers on his own, and is now given tasks with greater responsibilities at the companies he works for. As Mason looks to a career in conservation, the skills obtained through this SAE will undoubtedly be put to good use. Congratulations, Mason. Best of luck at Nationals. Ever walked through the park in your town and wondered who mowed the lawn? These students in the outdoor recreation might have some insight on that. Outdoor recreation can include maintaining campsites and cabins, parks or picnic areas and agritourism locations. Our 2021 finalists are Cheyenne McCormick, Tully FFA, bronze. Joshua Michael Mead, Unadilla Valley FFA, participant. Congratulations to the both of you on your hard work.
The next individuals have helped so many people along their way and have created countless links throughout their life. Please help us in recognizing our honorary Empire degree recipients.
Can you think of a person in your FFA chapter who is always willing to lend a helping hand, no matter what the circumstances? Kevin Smithling is no exception to the rule when it comes to helping support the Whitman FFA. Kevin and his wife Doreen have 3 daughters who have all received their Empire degree, including Robin, Morgan, and this year, Amy. Kevin can be found helping his children clip and fit their dairy cows for the show ring at the county fair, putting hay in, and working alongside his children training their animals for that year. Kevin's dedication reaches beyond just the FFA and stretches to his community, where he can be found performing maintenance and community service tasks around the fairgrounds so that future generations can experience the fair as well.
Kevin has pushed and supported all his kids with showing their dairy cows and being involved in the agriculture community. Kevin has supported them by helping doing hay to encourage their showing. He also does a lot of community service for the fairgrounds so the next generations can enjoy their experience.
The Whitman FFA is grateful for his support and willingness to make agriculture a better place. Congratulations, Kevin, on this achievement.
Thomas and Judith Smithling have been longtime supporters of agriculture and the FFA. When it comes to the dairy industry, Judy has a history of caring for cattle, attending shows, and teaching her children and grandchildren how to take care of animals themselves. She also lends medical, financial, and physical support to Blue Heaven Farms. Thomas Smithling, prior to passing, was also a cattleman. He taught his grandchildren how to show, took care of the animals kept in his barn, and was the main vet for animals in his care. There's nothing quite like your grandparents coming to your cattle shows and teaching you how to do it along the way.
Judy and Tom supported Blue Heaven Farm physically, medically, and financially. They have supported their grandchildren and children within the dairy industry. Judy continues to care for her own cattle and support her children and grandchildren by attending cattle shows and help whenever needed. Prior to our grandpa's passing, we housed our dairy animals at his barn, and he took care of them daily. He was the main vet for all of our animals, and he taught us how to show our animals and supported us at the county fair, various dairy shows throughout the state.
Congratulations to Thomas and Judith Smithling for receiving their honorary Empire degrees.
Our next chapter has gone above and beyond over the last year. Please help us in recognizing the next chapter as part of the National Chapter Award program.
The National Chapter Award recognizes an FFA chapter's ability to plan and execute an effective program of activities. Groups that qualify for the National Chapter Award develop strong students, effective chapters, and engaged communities, with focus on agriculture and leadership. They don't just excel at career development events or at community service, they do it all. This award honors our chapters that are dedicated to service and foster exemplary students. Each chapter does incredible things in their own way, and each chapter deserves recognition for their accomplishments. Encourage your chapter to apply. In third, Tri-Valley FFA. Different but not less has become the mantra of this chapter since their roles changed on March 13th, 2020. This saying upholds the values of true leaders in a time of change and uncertainty. Tri-Valley came up with the creative solutions to not being in person for traditional events that continued to grow their members as leaders, engage their community, and strengthen local agriculture. To encourage members to continue their personal growth through service, the chapter asks members to engage in safe and socially distanced service events and acts of kindness and answer the question, how do you serve, during National FFA Week. Almost 200 members replied, showing their commitment to growing as leaders through a range of actions from helping family members to joining the fire department. The Tri-Valley FFA chapter is committed to building communities by recognizing local needs and stepping up to address it. Recognizing a need for more fresh produce in the local food pantries, the chapter took home seeds and soil to grow food at home since students were not allowed back to school grounds to tend the raised beds and greenhouses. Despite the challenges, thanks to the dedication of the students and advisors, a large crop of vegetables and herbs were provided to 85 families in need. They are strengthening agriculture by beginning conversations around difficult topics of farmer safety, specifically around rising suicide rates. Their goal was to address the topic in a sensitive way that would inform the community about the challenges farmers face. The presentation gained more than 1,000 views on Facebook and over 30 shares. Congratulations and good luck at Nationals.
Please join us in recognizing the next student as our State Star Farmer.
In the area of Star Farmer, Connor Moore. This FFA member got their start with a few heads of beef and a tractor. A couple years later, Connor grew his beef herd to over 50 cattle, moved into a bigger barn, and purchased more equipment to plow and bale hay. As his business had grown, so have Connor's responsibilities, ranging in tasks from building and fixing fence to working cattle in the squeeze chute so they can be pregnancy checked and vaccinated. As the owner-operator of his farm, Connor keeps accurate financial records and regularly checks the weather to determine the best use of his day to advance his farm. Great work, Connor. Keep on growing.
These next individuals have gone above and beyond during their year of service. They have served through an extraordinary circumstance and came out better on the other side. Please help me in recognizing our New York FFA district presidents.
Serving as a district president takes passion, commitment, and hard work. From writing committee reports to doing chapter workshops, each district president has a love for agriculture and an eagerness to serve FFA members all across the state.
We are so proud of their growth as people, students, and FFA officers. Let's recognize our 2020-2021 district officer team.
Jade Lowe, your organization and composure has helped you be a strong leader. We can always count on you to get the job done. Thank you for serving District 1.
Grace Dunham, your positive energy and amazing work ethic has helped carry us through this tough time. Thank you for serving District 2. Sierra Hebert, your dedication to the members of your district and the state as a whole has really shown over your year of service. Thank you for serving District 3.
Jake Tobin, your energy is infectious and makes meetings so much more fun. We can always count on you for a good laugh. Thank you for serving District 5.
Aubrey Damagala, your smile always lights up the Zoom, and we always look forward to seeing it. Thank you for serving District 6.
Brooklyn Drake, your kindness has not gone unnoticed. We look forward to seeing what you accomplish as I pass the Sentinel jacket off to you. Thank you for serving District 7.
Michaela Selvig, your caring nature has helped you to become the role model you are today. We love your determination and ambition. Thank you for serving District 7.
Rachel Best, your commitment to agriculture is unmatched by many. We hope our FFA members will continue to look to you for guidance. Thank you for serving District 9.
We cannot thank you enough for all of your service. New York FFA, let's recognize our district presidents for the last time. Head on over to the New York FFA Instagram and Facebook and comment on the district president recognition post.
The next 8 individuals have shown their passion for FFA, leading their district through these difficult times. Please help us in welcoming our district presidents.
媽媽、爸爸，多謝你哋好早太陽都未升起就陪我去旅行同埋比賽。我知道我唔經常都表達到，但係我真係好感激你哋為我投入嘅所有嘅時間同精力。你哋令我想成為一個更好嘅人。Miss Fuentes, your goofiness and peculiarity always surpassed my previous expectations for you. They were also traits of yours that enabled me to become more comfortable to be my own unique self. You have helped me immensely throughout my high school years to improve and grow, and I will always be grateful for your impact. Please join me in thanking both my parents and advisor.
Please join me in recognizing my parents, Jason and Deanna Dunham. Mom, thank you for always giving the best advice and the creative ways in which you approach the bumps in the road of life. You're incredibly hardworking in all that you do, always the first one to show up and the last one to leave. You have also instilled in me a lifelong passion for agriculture, especially Jersey cows. I don't think a time will ever come when I don't hear your voice cheering me on or encouraging me to grab opportunities. Dad, I'm so grateful for your quiet support and cannot describe how much it means that you are always telling me how proud you are of me. You have steadfast values and encourage me to be the best version of myself each day. I admire your zest for traveling and family time. I always look forward to weekend trips to the Adirondacks and trying new restaurants with you. I love you both. And to my advisor, Mrs. Fletcher, you have had such a positive influence on my life, always pushing me to try new things. I've grown so much as a leader and as a person, thanks to the opportunities that I first learned about in the Ag Room. The Cobleskill-Richmondville FFA program has become a home to me, somewhere I can truly thrive and connect with others. Words cannot express my gratitude for your support these past years, and I strive to have your contagious passion for agriculture.
Dear Mom and Dad, you have been my number one supporter since day one, helping me reach my goals and dreams any way possible. You let me learn on my own, but guided me the entire way. Living in town, I never would have thought I would learn so much about the agricultural world, but you dove head first and I followed along. Mrs. Foote and Mr. Kelly, thank you for all your hard work and dedication to get me and my classmates to the point we are at now. Your constant encouragement to get out of our comfort zone and reach to the sky has paid off big time. Your knowledge and wisdom has taught me so much and allowed me to figure out who I really am. Thank you for everything you've done.
Dad, thank you for everything you do for me, day in and day out. You support me in everything I do, even if you have no prior knowledge going into it. We may have our differences, but I couldn't imagine anyone else as my father. Mom, you're always there for me, whether you're lovingly pointing out my mistakes or pulling me up to the highest I can be. You've shown me what it means to be strong and independent. I love you both. Miss Millen, when I walked into your room my junior year, I was greeted with, "You're planning to run for district president, right?" At that time, I had absolutely no idea what I was getting myself into. But you did, and you knew I was capable of it. You've been a person I could talk to about anything, at school and in life, and no amount of gratitude can be shown for the work you do for me and my fellow students. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking my parents, John and Megan Tobin, and my advisor, Miss Millen.
Mom and Dad, thank you for always providing me with what I need in any given situation. No matter how insane of an idea I have, you have always given me the civil calm voice I need to keep things real. You two have shown me that with hard work, you can create and achieve anything you put your heart to. I love you. Mrs. Howard, I give gratitude to you for being the role model I needed as a teenager. You not only empower your students, but everyone else around you. The lessons I've learned in the Ag Room are ones I will carry with me throughout my life. Thank you for always believing in me. Everyone, join me in thanking my parents, Rob and Nancy Damagala, and my advisor, Mrs. Howard.
Mom and Dad, thank you so much for encouraging me to never stop believing. Your hard work, determination, and passion for what you do does not go unnoticed. Thank you for helping me develop my passion within agriculture. I love you both so much, and I am forever thankful for your love and support. Mrs. Akma, thank you so much for encouraging me to join this amazing organization. Even though I didn't join right away, you waited patiently for me to come around and believed in me every step of the way. You truly are a second mom to every single member of our chapter. Thank you for listening to my crazy ideas and teaching me that the sky's the limit. I will forever cherish being your shotgun rider to Campo. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking my parents, Richard and Susan Drake, and my advisor, Mrs. Akma.
I would like to say thank you to my wonderful parents. I probably wasn't the easiest child growing up, but no matter what kind of challenges I was faced, I always knew I had your support in whatever I was facing. Mrs. Kulba, I can't thank you enough for the long hours you have put into reading over my resume and district president speeches. And sitting there going through the Floriculture flashcards with me and my team, even though there was over 500 of them. I truly cannot thank you enough for everything you do. Please help me recognizing my parents, Rachel and Zach, and my advisor, Mrs. Kulba.
Mom and Dad, thank you for always believing in me, especially with all the new ideas I come up with, and through every event I try. Thank you for always telling me I will succeed. I love you both. Mr. Parnaby, thank you for always pushing me outside the box even when I may not succeed the first time. Thank you for always letting us try something new on our own before jumping in to help. Members and guests, please help me in thanking my parents and my advisor.
New York FFA, we would like to officially announce our national officer candidate. This girl is someone who is very passionate about this organization and has been an active member in FFA for 8 years. We are so proud and honored to have Taylor Rollins representing New York at the National Convention. Please turn your attention to Taylor as she gives her remarks.
FFA members, advisors, and supporters. I am so excited to be joining you all for this year's virtual state convention. Although we may not be allowed to be together this year, this is a time to celebrate all of your accomplishments and hard work this year. Congratulations to everyone who competed in a competition, is receiving an award, and even all of our supporters who are being recognized. My name is Taylor Rollins, and I'm so proud, humbled, and ecstatic to be representing you all at the National Convention this October while running for a position on the National Officer team. I am so excited for you all to come along this journey with me. I've been a member of the Madison FFA since 2013, and I've participated in every event possible since then. Currently, I am studying horticulture at Finger Lakes Community College. One of my favorite FFA events is Camp Oswegatchie, and I hope to be seeing you all there this summer. The reason I love FFA is because all of the connections that we have in common and the way we can all form bonds over agriculture, FFA, and our passion to become the next generations of leaders in agriculture. This is why I relate so well to this year's convention theme, Be the Link. I encourage all of you to make a connection and be the link for someone else, even during this virtual convention. This is why I am so excited to run for national office, so that I can continue to represent such amazing and diverse individuals just like you. I look forward to having the opportunity to develop and support others' potential and passion for agriculture and FFA, just like it was done for me by other state and national officers. I really hope that I get to meet and visit with as many of you as possible during the fall and summer. I hope that you all take full advantage of every opportunity this convention has to offer. Congratulations to our state officers and every single one of you on all of your accomplishments. I hope to see you all soon.
This fall, we hope you all will show your support for Taylor as she runs for national office.
Please join me in welcoming State Vice President Triana Burgos-Farnan as she delivers her retiring remarks on love and acceptance.
The first time I saw Triana was at 212-360 in 2019. Not to be a stalker, but I remember seeing how much fun she and her friends were having, and I thought to myself that she seems like somebody I'd like to be friends with someday. Funny how that works, because 3 months later we were both chosen to serve New York State FFA as district presidents, and in that year I gained one of the greatest friends I'll ever have. When I think about Triana, I think about all the memories we've made, like drinking chocolate milk at the state fair, being Kahoot partners at SLE, and of course, watching our teammates show us their magic skills at base camp. only to find ourselves sitting in a pool of cards. Just about a month ago was the first time I'd seen Triana in over a year. I have never run up to somebody so fast or hugged someone as tightly and longly as Triana and I did. I have been so proud to watch such an admirable individual serve an organization that she loves in the way that she has this year. It is with my honor that I am announcing your 2020-2021 New York State FFA Vice President and my great friend, Triana Burgos Farnan.
Looking at me, I look like your typical white girl. I have blue eyes and light skin. I even have a hydro flask with friendship bracelets on it. Need I say more? But I'm actually Hispanic, believe it or not. My father is from a small country in South America called Paraguay. Growing up, I learned to speak 3 languages, English, Spanish, and Guarani, which was partially because I went to Head Start for children whose parents worked in agriculture. This meant that a lot of my fellow classmates were also Hispanic. Being pretty white my whole life, I really tended to stick out from most of the other kids. I learned traditional Mexican and Paraguayan dances, and I ate a lot of different types of food when I was growing up. I was lucky enough to go to a church where we could go to Mass in Spanish, which allowed me to meet people from so many different countries, and our faith brought us together. Up until I was 5 years old, I grew up in a school rich in Hispanic culture. Then, transitioning to Penn Yan, I became the minority. Going through grade school, there were only a few kids in my entire school that were Hispanic, and 9 times out of 10, they went to my church at some point, so I knew them and their family. I never really got to know the other kids in my school until middle school due to cultural differences. The only real social events I'd ever attended in my entire life were either quinceañeras, weddings, or Latino parties of some sort. I loved to dance to Latin music. Eating pozole made my heart happy, and now during COVID, I even miss staying up till midnight on Christmas Eve to sing to Baby Jesus. A lot of times I felt alone because many of the other students in my school didn't have a similar cultural background. I felt like I was so different from others my age, and sometimes I even felt uncomfortable. I'm sure I'm not the only one who has felt out of place or uncomfortable. How many of you have been in a group before and felt uncomfortable doing the work together? Have any of us ever been in that group, making a person feel out of place and uncomfortable? One of the reasons I joined FFA was because I felt a part of the group. We are all FFA members united by our passions and by our jackets. Although each of our members come from so many different backgrounds and have so many different experiences in and out of the jacket, we are all proud members of this organization. We're taught in FFA in order to be good leaders that we need to be kind and accepting. But do we actually do that in every aspect of our life? I want to tell you of a time where I wasn't very accepting of someone, even though I grew up feeling like I wasn't very accepted. I'm not sure if all of you know what Empire Girls State is, but it is an opportunity for girls across the state to represent their school and to learn about the democratic process. I was the only girl going from Penn Yan. Going to Girls State was one of the most nerve-wracking things I had ever experienced. The first day was filled with nerves for everyone, so I was hardly the only one feeling like this. I get all checked in and stand to take my picture, when my mom jokes and says that this is so they can return the right kid to her at the end of the week. Although she was joking, it didn't help my nerves, and I was thinking that I was going to be lost here. I say goodbye to my mom, lug all my stuff into the dorm. I move into the room with my name on the door. I noticed that my roommate had already unpacked her stuff, and I was kind of excited to see who I was going to be living with for the week to come. I went out to our lounge area where I met all the girls from our county. We went around introducing ourselves and giving a fun fact. There was definitely a type to the girls who were there, and I knew I definitely wasn't one of them. Many of the girls were super bubbly, outgoing, motivated, driven, and honestly, scary. But then, when it was time for this one girl to introduce herself, she was sitting behind everyone else. She didn't say a word. She looked frozen in fear. She just shook her head, and then we went on to the next girl. In that exact moment, I had already made so many assumptions about this girl. Like, why wouldn't she just talk? It really wasn't that big of a deal. Was there something wrong with her? Why was she even selected to represent her school here? Most of the week went by, and every night my roommate would be the first one in bed. And by the time I came in, she would be reading a book or already asleep. The entire week, I hadn't heard her speak more than one sentence. Then, on the second to last day, I heard she was running for Girls Nation, which was a really big deal. There were only 2 spots for girls to go and represent our state at the Washington, D.C. conference. She stood up in front of hundreds of girls and delivered a speech on why she should go to Girls Nation. This girl, who would avert eye contact when asked a question, did something the majority of us were too scared to do. She stood up in front of hundreds of people and delivered a compelling speech about why we should nominate her to go. I was not ready to stand up in front of all of these amazing and competent girls, and yet she was. Our entire county was blown away, and we had all been thinking the same thoughts. I made some assumptions about her when I first met her that caused me to think a certain way, but in the end, this couldn't be further from the truth. In that moment, when we were introducing ourselves during the first week, if I had gone over to her myself and introduced myself one-on-one, instead of assuming there was something wrong with her, I would have realized what an amazing person she is. When meeting new people or starting a new relationship, we need to temper our assumptions and have a mindset of acceptance. Assumptions are something that help us associate with people. Even though we might be drawn to people with similar interests and likes, that doesn't give us a full picture of who they are and doesn't allow us to learn about each other. When we limit ourselves to the people we feel comfortable or most at ease with, we can sometimes lose having the most meaningful and enjoyable relationships. One thing we could all use is acknowledgement towards others' opinions. We don't have to all agree, and that's what is so great about living in a diverse world. We all have different perspectives and experiences that shape our opinions and values. Acceptance means that we recognize that we have our right to have different opinions and values. Brian Tracy says the greatest gift that you can give to others is the gift of unconditional love and acceptance. Love and acceptance is something that is due to all. It isn't reserved for the people you're closest with or the ones you first click with. Love and acceptance is something that should be absolute. It should be a standard in our lives. I challenge each of you to go out, whether it be in school, in the community, or just out in public, to try to approach someone you normally wouldn't. Maybe it's the old man eating lunch alone, or the 2 kids sitting on a bench talking about something you're passionate about. In 2nd grade, I met one of my best friends without even knowing it. Like many of us, I made some assumptions again about Kayla that made me intimidated by her. She was extremely smart and could color so much better than I. She started band before everyone else, but underneath all of that, she was one of the most kind and accepting people I ever met. It wasn't until 8th grade that I got over my own fears and got to know Kayla. Kayla is one of the kindest, sweetest people you'll ever get to meet. And as I got to know Kayla more and more, I began to realize what a kind person she was. She was such an avid member of the community and put service to others above herself. She's incredibly thoughtful and dedicated to her friends, whether it be through thoughtful gifts, always being there in my time of need, or even helping us on the farm when we were shorthanded. This one time, she brought me bread on my birthday, as I had mentioned before that I loved it. Although this doesn't sound like a grand gesture, it meant the absolute world to me. It had actually been the day of our state officer selection interviews. I had spent the entire day completely stressed out and alone. I was dog-tired and feeling defeated as I felt the interviews went terribly. But then I saw the text from her to check my mailbox. It perked me up some inside. I hadn't seen her in several months as the result of the pandemic shutdown. Whatever the situation, Kayla was always there for me. She lets her kindness for others influence her decisions. Whether it be helping the people in our community in need or the friend who she hasn't seen in months, she cares for others more than herself. Caring for each other can be one of the most fulfilling things, especially when we see how the world is around us sometimes. We see hate everywhere. It's so hard not to in our society today. We need to remember that we are all united in our humanity, and that it can be as simple as being kind to one another that makes a world of difference. whether someone likes pickles or mint ice cream, or are in one political party or another. We all still need to be kind to each other. We are all entitled to our opinions, and we all deserve our due respect. Being kind doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. It can be as simple as recognizing someone in your life, using your manners at the drive-thru, or holding the door open for the person behind you. Kindness is what makes us human. It's what makes strong communities, helps move mountains, and is one of the most beautiful things in this world. We need to pay our kindness forward, especially for those who have shown us kindness. For me, I tried to pay back all of the kindness Kayla has shown to me.
Kayla, I drove up here to surprise you, to try to repay some of the kindness that you've shown me over all the years, although sometimes I felt it wasn't warranted. But you definitely showed me what a real friend could be like, and I hope to repay that. This is me repaying you. And some not like now you owe me something, but
Thank you so much.
New York FFA, I challenge you to recognize the people who need kindness the most. Understand that we could be going through something in our lives, and we just need a small act of kindness from a stranger that can make all the difference and that can really make our small world a better place. Assumptions can be what make us not accepting of each other. We must work towards acceptance being our first decision when meeting someone. In order for kindness to prevail, we must be accepting without judgment, provide courtesy without reason, and understand that all our peers and people we will meet in our journeys are all different, and understand that we can learn from one another. Acceptance does not mean that you have to be best friends with your neighbor who comes from a completely different background, or that you both have to be accepting of each other's views, but rather respect your differences. As leaders, we don't get to pick the people who we're surrounded by, but in order to be successful leaders and teammates, we need to be accepting and show kindness, not letting our assumptions take precedence over our views. We need to look for the positives and find similarities among one another in order to work towards being more accepting. By being kind and accepting, we embrace our differences and are working together towards a common goal. New York FFA, will you let your assumptions cloud your judgment? Will you choose kindness? New York FFA, we need to be the link and choose to ignore our assumptions and be kind to one another.
Triana, from your upside-down map to the Cheerios on early morning Zoom calls, you always make us laugh. I know I can count on you to cheer me up when I'm having a bad day. This year was not what we all thought it would be. However, we have made the best of it. We are all glad to have served with you. Although each of us are our own links, together we are a chain that cannot be broken. Love Rosie, Sitlali, Phil, Paige, and Austin.
From singing to dancing, these next individuals will blow you away with their skills. Please help us in welcoming this next talented act during our talent showcase.
I'm going under, and this time I fear there's no one to save me. This all or nothing really got a way of driving me crazy. Now I need somebody to heal, somebody
we are proud to announce some more of our CDE and LDE results. Tonight we will be announcing Vet Science, Ag Mechanics, Junior and Senior Creed. In the area of Vet Science, in 10th place, Carrie Jennings, Granville FFA. In 9th place, Krista Rolino, Wilson Tech FFA, Team 2. In 8th place, Angelique Hendel, Wilson Tech FFA, Team 1. In 7th place, Shirley Quatch, John Bowen FFA, Team A. In 6th place, Zachary Denman, Cayuga Onondaga FFA. In 5th place, Jacqueline Pappas, Wilson Tech FFA, Team 2. In 4th place, Evelyn King, John Bowen FFA, Team A. In 3rd place, Aaron Flood, Granville FFA. In 2nd place, Carolyn Jaramillo, Wilson Tech FFA, Team 1. And in 1st place, Mandy Ling from John Bowen FFA, Team A. For our Vet Science team results, in 3rd place, we have Granville FFA. In 2nd, Wilson Tech Huntington FFA, Team 1. And in 1st place, John Bowen FFA, Team A. For our Ag Mechanics individual results, in 10th place, Gavin Blair, Greenwich FFA. In 9th place, Tyler Larman, Greenwich FFA. In 8th place, Trenton Samueltelski, Penyan FFA. In 7th place, Andy Niffen from Penyan FFA. In 6th place, Aaron Fisher, Pioneer FFA. In 5th place, Ryan Dan, Penyan FFA. In 4th place, Travis Michael, Greenwich FFA. In 3rd place, Trevor Holton, Pioneer FFA. In 2nd place, Dylan Romance, Pioneer FFA. And in 1st place, Judd Ellis, Pioneer FFA. For our Ag Mechanics team results, in 3rd place, Greenwich FFA. In 2nd place, Penyan FFA. And in 1st place, Pioneer FFA. For our Junior Creed, in 6th place, we have Holly Neffergold, Springville FFA. In 5th place, Courtney Kerwin, Pavilion FFA. In 4th place, Book Sheward, Schuylerville FFA. In 3rd place, Maya Lefebvre, Stockbridge Valley FFA. In 2nd place, Nate King, Schuylerville FFA. In 1st place, Jenna Dowing, Fonda Fultonville FFA. In Senior Creed, in 4th place, Riley Barker, Cincinnatus FFA. In 3rd place, Nicole Pardo, John Jay FFA. In 2nd place, Macy Showen, Indian River FFA. In 1st place, Charlotte Bartish, John Jay FFA. Congratulations to all of our CDE and LDE winners, and best of luck at Nationals.
That session was amazing.
You bet it was. Each person recognized really put in the work to get the job done.
How about all of our Proficiency Award winners that are advancing to Nationals? Brandon Neal, Jared Cook, Austin Dilcher, and Mason Bishop have all done a brilliant job and deserve all the praise they've been given.
For sure. It was an honor to recognize our honorary Empire Degree recipients Kevin Smithling, Thomas Smithling, and Judith Smithling.
Let's say thank you one more time to all of our district presidents for their year of service.
And let's give one big send-off to our National Officer candidate, Taylor Rollins, as she heads off to National Convention. We created a post for Taylor on our Facebook and Instagram pages, so head on over there and show her your support.
We are so proud of you, Taylor. Best of luck this year at National FFA Convention. I'm so glad we did this puzzle.
For sure. Did you notice that every puzzle piece is different, just like FFA members are unique in their own way?
That's a great comparison. Let's put in the last piece.
Look, it's the FFA emblem.
Every piece is different, but they all come together to make something amazing.
Every person recognized in this session is unique, but they still reflect the fundamentals of FFA.
Remember to celebrate the things that make us different. Just like the pieces in this puzzle, each FFA member is unique, but together they create something wonderful. Our differences only make New York FFA stronger. New York FFA, let's be the link.
Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I have none, Mr. President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly become before this meeting? We are about to adjourn this, the 5th general session of the 96th New York State FFA Convention. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, please join me in a salute to our flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. I now declare this meeting adjourned.